Yay! Hi, everybody. This is Stephanie Dunn, and I have some pretty awesome guests with me tonight. Excited to do this call. So we have some top recruiters and distributors on tonight, along with they're amazing at lifting. So I thought, everybody always asks, how do you get distributors? So Brandy Estes is a presidential diamond in the business. She's been in top 100 at the Dash. Recently, she was in top recruiting for DPs when It Works was rolling that through. So the last few weeks. Brandy, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how long have you been in the business, and give us a few tips that you have for brand new distributors and some distributors that have been in on recruiting distributors. What's your secret?
Okay, this is Brandy Estes, and I am from Sulphur Springs, Texas, and I've been in the business for a little over 3 years. I am a hairdresser. I was able to retire from hairdressing with this company within the first 6 months of being with the business. I'm going to try not to say every 2 seconds.
How many kids do you have at home?
I have 4 children, and my husband is in law enforcement, so I get to stay at home, but he is still working his job. He's a triple diamond with the company, and kind of didn't really have the support at first because he was a skeptic, so we went through the whole stages of, is this really going to last? Is this going to work? And then he thought I was insane when I quit at the shop, and I don't know, it just kind of transpired, and what happened was when we went to conference, and then we went to Dash, I think it was Dash that we went to first, being in the top 100, and, going to Mark Pentecost house, and my husband shaking his hand, and it was an amazing party, and just to see the owner of the company come and welcome us in and call you by name and stuff, Mark was just like, this is unbelievable, and really from that point forward, he's been on board. So I've had the full support. And recruiting-wise, I would just say I really staying positive. You're not going to see a top leader complaining on their page, or you're not going to see them posting their baby mama drama or whatever. And I add myself to a lot of groups. It's worked for me. And I see people going and duplicating that, but they're missing the big point. I go and add myself to groups so that I can start forming relationships with other like-minded people. So, for instance, when I had a miscarriage, I was added to several groups for grievance groups. And there's different ones on there, and I go and I comment on people's posts and let them know I'm sorry, and I might be a part of a group that's a mommy's group, and then I might be a part of a garage sale group. Well, all of these groups, I find ways to communicate with other people and start forming a relationship. And through that, when they add me or I send them a friend request and we've already been talking on a group page, the point is to just get them on my page. I know I've heard Stephanie say before, if I get them on the phone, I can seal the deal. And for me, I know if I can get them on my page, then at some point in time, they're going to sign up as a distributor or a loyal. And I'm just confident with that. So I do my best to do posts to where people come to my page to find me. And it's been a really good recruiting tool, and I'm over the friends limit. So on a weekly basis, I go in, I delete people. A lot of times I'll delete other It Works people that aren't on my team, to make room for new people. Today I just went in and added a whole new slew of people, and I'm just friending friends that have mutual friends. So you don't necessarily know them, and you're not being a creeper, but you might have 7 friends in common with somebody. I love to do that with hairdressers. I'll go through hairdressers, go through their friends list, and I'll pick other people out that I think would be awesome in this business, and they'll add me just because we have mutual friends in common. So I shared that when Stephanie had us in Vegas, I shared that one of the ways that I go into garage sale groups, I might post really nice clothes of the kids, and I'll go into a post and I'll say, I'm looking to sell a whole bunch of Miss Me jeans, and I'm looking to sell them really cheap. Add me on Facebook. for more details. So whatever you have to do to get people added. But when I shared that, I see a lot of people going to group pages and posting it works. And you will get attacked by people if you do that. You want to just form relationships with them, however you need to do that. I've put on there I needed a babysitter before. I've put on there that I needed someone someone to help me do mail outs, just any little thing to get people to add you to their page. So that's really been a great recruiting tool for me. And I would say 90% of my business comes from Facebook.
And I love that, Brandy, because what that does for newbies too, you've got to go expand your friends list on Facebook, on Instagram. You know, people are like, I'm posting all the time, and I'm like, how big is your friends list? You know, go add these new people like you're doing. Build that relationship so they want to add you as a friend, and still mix in, you know, it works and life, and be positive and have positive quotes. And you know, people want to follow that. Like Brandy said, they don't want to follow negativity at all. So really have that, you know, mix of your business, your product, your life, your kids. Because I get this a lot too. People ask, well, should I start a business page? You know, Facebook's changed a lot in the last year, and I feel like people want a relationship. They want to know that you're really real and that you can do this. And I've recently had on there, share other people's promotions. Be excited for them, and they're going to see that. And you can say, this is part of my team. They don't know yet that they're not part of your team, but when you're sharing that over and over, they're curious. And eventually they're going to say something. And that's the key, is not quitting. Brandy is nonstop, you guys. She is always posting. It's so inspirational. She's a normal person. She comes from a really, you know, a background, and I want you to tell them a little bit about that, because you shouldn't be where you're at. The odds were against you, really, in life. You know, and I want people to know you don't make excuses. You just get out and you actually work. You've always worked your business. I've never seen you really just stop working your business. And one of the things that I know she did at the beginning, she wasn't afraid to talk about it. She didn't really know everything, did you? You had no idea. You just knew, I got to have these wraps, and you opened your mouth. And if you didn't know something, you reached out and you asked the question. And that's something, too, that you just don't want to be afraid to ask questions. But what was your life like before kind of growing up, so people kind of know? Because you don't have a college degree in network marketing, do you?
No, not at all.
Thinking, oh, I'm going to be awesome at this.
No, I didn't even know what MLM stood for. Probably the first 5 boot camps I went to, I still didn't understand it. And that's the thing. I remember my upline and Stephanie saying, you don't have to know anything, just trust me. And every time I just put my trust in. And I dropped out of school in the 10th grade, very beginning of the 10th grade. I was pregnant shortly after, ran away from home, ended up having 2 kids back to back. I remember, you know, I was on welfare, I was on boot camps, I was on, you name it, I had it. I tried to put myself through hair school, and I just couldn't make ends meet. I didn't have the income coming in, and it was too hard. So I dropped out. So I'm a dropout twice. You know, worked crazy jobs just to make ends meet. I was the Statue of Liberty, you know, waving at people on the side of the road one time, and I worked at Hooters for the second job. And so if you can imagine, you know, that to me low. But it was just what I had to do to get by, and we struggled a lot. I posted pictures of like my first house, you know, where we started out. My kids didn't have much, and the church donated Christmas at one time, and I was not expecting I wasn't expecting for what was going to happen. I didn't want, when the girl told me about this at work, I thought she was crazy, and I was just trying to hush her up because she was talking while I was doing her hair, and I did. I thought she was crazy. But that day has forever changed my life, because I never realized that life could be so much better. You stay in what you're comfortable with because you're comfortable there, and you don't dream. And when I first got with this company, it was about making an extra $500 and getting myself and my family in a car and couldn't all ride together. My son was 3 months old, and I was taking him to work with me at the beauty shop, and we were passing him around the beauty shop whenever I had a client. And Mark worked nights, so he was gone from 2 to 10 at night. So I had the baby all day, then the 3 kids, and it was just overwhelming. So when she asked me about this, I did not want any part of it. I didn't have time. I was at the beauty shop 6 days a week, and I had a shop at home. So I was not interested. But when I did the wrap for myself and I saw the results, it was instant. In my mind, I was like seeing dollar signs. I'm going to make a ton of money. And we planned a party. A week later, Stephanie Dunn shows up, and I just remember saying, like pointing to her in the magazine and saying, and it's whoever you can relate to. So she went over it earlier about like just posting, and your picture might, or your story might. I always post pictures, and I let people get to know me through pictures. Lifestyle, family, business, whatever. I know it seems like I'm always posting, but that's how I connect with people. And I connected with her because, the background, the salon background, or, she told her story and going from rags to riches, and she was just humble. And she was a real person. Like, I could reach out and touch her. And that, to me, was like, you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. And my husband, and Stephanie says this all the time, he was standing there with his arms crossed, leaned up against my station, just looking at me like I'm a crazy person because I've gotten into whatever this is. And it's changed our lives completely.
And so at the beginning, and brand new ones that are on, or even people that are still continuing to work their job, and you had a newborn and 3 other kids at home. So tell them, what did you do? Did you do it through Facebook? Did you blitz? What did you do?
I did everything.
For time?
I wanted it so bad that it's all I could think about. When I would go to sleep at night, I would dream about it. I would take my son. I had pictures of going to parties where I had the bouncer deal. I had a sheet that I would take to parties with me. Because you can't use your why as your excuse. I can't say, well, I have 4 kids, I can't come wrap you. I would say, you know what, I hope you don't mind, but my business is going to help me stay at home with my children someday, and I'm going to bring my child with me. And I would take Ace with me, and I would put him in the bouncer, and I would wrap the people. And anybody that I could get, I was posting on Facebook. Every person that came into the beauty salon that purchased a wrap for me, I was giving them coupons, which are the Blitz cards. And I was using it as a coupon, and I was saying, go tell your friends, here's a free wrap. And when they would ask me, how do I get a free wrap, I would say, host a party for me, and I'll wrap you free. Here's a $5 off coupon. Give it to your mom. Let her come try it. And through doing that, I increased my clientele at the beauty shop. All the girls at the beauty shop were not on board, but they suddenly see all these people coming in and visiting, with me and buying things from me. And slowly became on board, but I was just back to back, whatever I could do. If I had a client, I was telling them. I had a picture album on my station. I was showing them before and after pictures. If I went to the doctor with a baby, I was putting Blitz cards in the magazine. People were asking me because they were seeing it on my Facebook, and I was just really excited about it. And so I think that being excited about it and promoting something that you actually believe in, if you are a product of the product, that's attractive to people. That makes people want to come to you over somebody else. And so it just blew up.
And you don't just post once a day. I think people need to know that. They think, oh, I've posted a lot. And we have to remember, if you're using social media, people see it at different times. And Brandy uses her social media as a platform. So if you're going to do social media as one of your platforms, you've got to understand it might take a while to build that up. So Brandy used her warm market, so where she worked. So you may not work in the salon, but you may have coworkers. Give them coupons. If you're excited about it, they want to know what you have. That's just plain and simple. If if you may not like the wrap, maybe you love green. They're going to still ask you, why are you so, have so much energy? What do you love? What are you carrying today? What are you drinking? So it creates that buzz and being excited about it. And that was me too. I was excited. I couldn't believe it worked. I didn't know what was in it. I didn't care. And if people do want to know, you can send them the information. But I think in this business, you hear a lot of people just saying that, being excited, opening their mouth. If your mouth is shut, your business is shut. So how often are you going to be open? I want to be open 24 hours. What is it going to take to get to an income like I have? People want to know that. I still follow those 3 simple steps, and Brandy does too. She focuses on gathering those 4 customers and 3 distributors. And then when you do that, you don't just stop, do you, Brandy? You do it again.
Nope.
And I think
once you do it one time, you do it over and over.
And it gets, if you don't have a customer yet, it's okay. But once you get it, it's like you've got one under your belt, and it gets easier and easier. So you just got to keep practicing. So I know when I'm looking at Brandy, again, she uses that Facebook. She gets into groups. She goes and she comments on people's Facebook. So it's not just look at my page, because not everybody's going to see it, or they may not even know that you're posting it because they're not seeing it in their news feed. So that's such a huge point for Brandy, is using those groups, and I love that. So any last minute tips that you do? Is it, when you're talking to a customer, do you let them know about the business too? Do you have anything there?
I love that I was able to, when I got started, I felt like I was good at one thing but bad at the other, and I think a lot of people in this business, they might be good at one thing, they might be good at gathering customers, and then you can turn that into gathering distributors later. And what I do is, if somebody inquires about the business, I have a little script on my phone that I use, and I send it, and it, pretty much sums it up. It says, becoming a distributor is $99. I'm going to help you earn $120 in free products. And then if we can find 3 friends to do this with you, then you have opportunity to make $1,000 bonus. And if they say, that's great, but I just don't have the $99 right now, I always respond back to them. A lot of people just leave them hanging. They send it and they feel like the person just cut them off and never responded back. I follow up with them immediately. If I don't see them responding back to me, I say, and there's also another way you can get started. It's as a product tester. And I tell them, and this is really big for me, and I think this will be big for everybody, I tell them, as a product tester, I'm going to track your 90-day results. You're going to get my discount. You can get whatever item right now instead of paying the $99, and we have a referral program. This referral program is going to allow you to accumulate free boxes of wraps for anyone that you refer in your first 30 days. If you're going to get free boxes of wraps, then you could pre-sell 4, and that's your startup money. If you were to sell 10 or if you were to refer 10 people in the first 30 days, that's $1,200 worth of free products you can upgrade to a distributor, and you have that product to sell. So you got to give people options, and when I do that, I find that they believe in themselves. Then they're like, okay, well, I can do this because I already know one person. I can't afford the $99. So I flipped it into, instead of just going after the distributors, I lead with that, and then I go into, but if you can't do that, then here's another option for you. And it's changed my business in the last year.
Good. That's awesome. Any other last minute, the life of Brandy and recruiting distributors, because it's not just a couple of distributors a month. What is the, when you're going after these distributors, are these immediately, or do you have to follow up with people?
I'm horrible at following up. So whenever I hear people that go through, they have books where they follow up with people, I'm horrible with that. I just know that in time, like I've had people that watch me for 3 years. I've had people that they come and they ask me the same questions over and over again, that they're just not ready to commit. And that's okay. No doesn't mean no forever. It just means not right now. And I don't ever go to people and ask them to join my business, and I feel like that is what attracts people to me. is I don't approach them. I have done it once, and I will say I did it with a girl named Camden last month, and she's sitting at Emerald right now, and I just messaged her, and I said, girl, I don't know you, but I added her through another hairdresser's page, and that was also the group page, and she has this explosive, positive personality that's like contagious, and I just messaged her, and I said, I don't want you to think I'm a weirdo, but I've been stalking you on Facebook, and I want you on my team. And I don't know if you've heard of that crazy rat thing, but I think that you would be amazing at this. And she does teeth whitening at a salon in South Carolina. And you know what? She went ruby in the first 30 days, and she's almost boxed for diamond. And sometimes you just have a hunch. So if you do have that feeling about somebody, message them, and there's certain people in my life that I've reached out to and said, I can't help but think of you every time I get paid and what this has done for my family, and I would love to share this experience with you. Would you trust me enough to can I give you a call to tell you a little more about it? And so I do that with people that I feel close enough with that, they're not going to think I'm just being their friend to sign up for it works. But I think the majority of people just they sit on my page, and after a while, they're just like, okay, finally I'll try it. But it doesn't happen in the first, it might not happen in the first 30 days. It might not happen in the first 60 days. So I tell my distributors that sign up, give it a full 90 days before, you lose hope, because it might be that 90 day that your best friend says, you know what, I'm on board. I just signed my sister up. My sister's the biggest skeptic ever, and she's about to be one of my diamonds.
And you guys, I think that's just it, is if you for me, if I'm thinking about somebody or I'm going through Facebook or, the social media part of it, and I just see somebody, like Brandy said, they're outgoing, they're positive, they, message them. All they can say is yes or no, or they don't answer. So it's not you're gonna be okay. You're not gonna die from asking a question. And most people are very nice about it. They're not like mean or anything. So you got to kind of get over that fear and just ask people. So I appreciate you on the call, Brandy, so much.
Thank you for having me, Stephanie.
You're welcome. I always love listening to you. It's always like, oh my gosh, I got to try that. So she's super inspirational, especially with those group bonuses. I hope for the ones that are on the call, just try it. Try what she does and see what happens from there. So. Erica Talbot, are you on the call with me?
I am.
I just realized I have two Texas girls on with me. What the heck?
Right?
Go Texas. It's like a country in its own. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it's flooding right now.
And it is? Oh, no. Well, it's cold here in Michigan, so I think you'd rather be flooded than cold. But,
right.
So, Erica, tell everybody, kind of did, where you're at, but where are you at? What's your rank, and how long have you been in the business? And give us some of your, techniques on recruiting distributors, because you were also in the top recruiting for distributors. So, everybody always wants to know what's your secret? What does Erica do?
Okay, I'm Erica Talbot. I'm from Livingston, Texas. I've been in, April 24th was my 3rd year anniversary, so just over 3 years, and basically for me, pretty similar to a lot of the things Brandy said, but number one, I wanted to let you guys know that my husband was not on board with this company at all either. I actually went double diamond my 3rd month with the company, and he still was not on board. I was making a double diamond check for 6 months in a row. He's seen them coming in month after month after month, and still did not think this was something that was going to work. So what did make him believe that it was going to work was a fluke, really. I had 5 or 6 girls that I rented a room for to go to conference, and they all flaked out on me 2 days before. We were driving, which is a 17-hour drive for us, so my husband refused to let me drive alone, and I was going regardless. So
He ended up buying a ticket and coming with me with all intentions of going to the golf course when he got there. Since I bought his ticket with my double diamond check, I made sure he was aware that he was going to attend conference. And about 3 hours into conference, he was sold. So just know that if your spouse is not on board, it will happen on their own time. Just keep doing what you're doing, and just basically keep proving them wrong, which is what I was doing month after month. But as for me, my business is pretty much 99% built socially. So I do all of my stuff on Instagram and Facebook. We homeschool our 2 kids now. I work from home. My husband works from home. So I might leave the house 1 or 2 days a week. And that's just if we're going out to do an adventure ourselves. Really no other purpose other than that or grocery shopping. So I do mix in a little bit of blitzing when I am out, but everything else is pretty much done at home on my computer or on my phone. So the main thing for me, which changed, I did build very quickly, and then a lot of my team had kind of dropped off, went different ways, and I had to rebuild, which was okay. Because I never have a plan.
What did you do to get your distributors? Be really specific for me, Erica. When you say building socially, is there a certain post that works for you? Is it certain wording? What is it that you're doing?
Mainly for me, it's just being thoughtful, like John Eric's telling everyone to do. I've done that from day one. Even if I'm not posting about the business, or if I have if my kids are bathing and I'm sitting there watching them bathe, I will get on Instagram and just like photos and comment on them. And it can be something simple, a picture of a cat or a dog, which means something.
Being thoughtful and liking other people's posts and commenting, what does that do for you then? How does that get you distributed?
Well, what it's doing is, if someone's to post a picture of their dog, that means something to them, or they wouldn't have taken the time to do that. So by me commenting, cute dog, or, oh my God, she's adorable, in return, they're going to post a comment and thank me, and they're going to tag me in it, thank you, in my Instagram name. And 9 times out of 10, my distributors and my customers come from those people that I'm commenting on. So they are not only commenting to return a favor to me, but they are looking at my page. And at that time, once they're looking at what I've posted, then they become aware of what I do. So I don't have to go out and tell them day after day after day after day what I do, although I do that. I do post. I post 5 to 10 times a day, no matter what. But by me being thoughtful to them, in return, they come back to my page and they try to return the favor to me, which lets them see what I do. So you might think it's not working, and it might take you. It took me a solid month to build up my followers on Instagram, to get from 100 people to 1,000 people following me. And I did that strictly. In 1 month, I worked. I signed customers and distributors here or there, maybe my steps or something, but I didn't really start tripling my steps of success until I started being more thoughtful towards them and started commenting and interacting more with them.
That sounds so simple. And so probably when you saw John Eric saying that, probably the light bulb went off for you, because that's what it did for me.
Oh,
yeah. I was like, whoa, I kind of already do that. So
oh, yeah, absolutely.
If you're not doing that, that's something, it sounds so crazy, but both Brandy and Eric are doing this. So they're in the top recruiters. I think they've got something that's working. So again, like Erica said, she had to build that up. So new ones, if you only have 100 followers on Instagram, how do you get new followers? Go and pick people that look, that you would have something in common with them. If you like animals, click on those people. Just build that up and make a relationship with people. Because if you like their stuff, they may like the stuff that you're posting. And then throw
exactly.
in, that it works and the other stuff. So it's not just, again, an all it works business page. I don't go to all business pages. It's not what I want. I'm curious as to what other people do. You know, it's kind of like this. I don't know if this is for you too, but and this is back before, you know, me and Joe had any money and were doing anything, somebody would drive a nice car, and I would think, I wonder what they do for a living. Like, you know, there's things that you see, and you go, I wonder what that person does. So, you know, if you're posting out with your kids and you're a family together and you're homeschooling, your husband's at home working, people are probably curious, well, what are you doing, Erica, that gives you the ability to stay home and make a living with your kids? So that's the curiosity point. So I think my guess is you're probably doing a mix of that, putting out enough to where they see, but leaving almost like a secret. Like, okay, well, what is it that you exactly do? Because people want to know that. Sometimes just posting, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. You know, stay tuned. People are dying to know, right? They're like,
right.
What the heck are you doing? So sometimes those posts are the ones that you want, not just a before and after picture always. So you want to mix that up, but I know Erica does that. Do you follow up with people?
Yes, and that's where, that's the other thing on my list, actually. The majority of my distributors come from being loyal customers first. So the month that I got the top recruiting and distributors, I signed, I think, 65 customers that month. But of course, I placed every single one of them, so it didn't fall under my name when that report ran, which is okay. But out of those 65, within the next 2 or 3 months, I can usually get 10 to 12 distributors out of those people just by following up with them and showing them that I do care. I wasn't just interested in them making that first sale. If the reps aren't working for you, we need to figure out why. So here's some things I'm going to run through with you, and you just, you know, and I answer them where they have to answer me back the way I want. I don't say, did you drink water? Because they're going to come back and say yes. So I say, well, how much water did you drink? And that right off the bat will tell me. So I give them some questions, and once they answer that, we can pretty much narrow it down to why the rat did not work for them like they wanted. So it's just doing those things. I did this past Thursday, and you can ask my husband. He was laughing at me. I sent 48 messages to my customers from last month just to follow up with them on their 1 month. And my phone went crazy for 2 days just from those customers. I couldn't even keep up with the new messages coming in, but it's a huge part of my business. And if I did not follow up with them and let them know that I do care, then I would lose all those people. Or if they seen that the products did not work for them, they would just cancel their auto ship and move on. So not only is it crucial for if they fall in love with the product, then I can try to flip them. Okay, well, you're already loving the product. Why are you not making money with me? It's risk-free. If it doesn't work for you, you can continue to order the product. There's no point in not doing that. And usually they're like, oh, you know, I've thought about it, but that's true. Okay, maybe I should try it.
And have you done anything with the Ruby bonus? How are you using that? Because I love the Ruby bonus right now. So are you reaching out to your loyal customers and letting them know, you know, there's a Ruby bonus that you could go for, and if you get those 4 loyals, you get your free product. Are you using that as
Absolutely.
well?
I'm that other person Brandy was talking about where I have notebooks of all my customers and distributors written down. So I'm the OCD person. So, and they sit on my computer in a folder. If I leave, they go on my purse. So I have them with me at all times. As well as when they sign up, they automatically get saved in my phone. And I think Lori Conway had mentioned she does this as well when we were at conference, I believe. But basically, like if Stephanie was to sign up right now as a customer, in my phone, it would read LC, Stephanie Dunn, and then her account number. So all of my loyal customers are saved in the LC section of my phone, every single one of them. So when one of these bonuses come up, like the Ruby bonus, and I do this week after week. I don't just send this out monthly because you have new customers that come in.
Mm-hmm.
So I will send individual messages. I will start at the top of my loyal customers, no matter if they are still ordering or not, because life changes for people. So They might have wrapped and didn't like it the way they want it, or wrapped and quit ordering for financial reasons. And when you send them that message saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know, my company is offering $1,000 if you know 7 people that would be interested. And that's all I say. And they all message me back and say, what do I have to do? Now, sometimes you'll break it down for them, and they might not be all on board right off, but I keep it very simple. I'm very to the point. I don't sugarcoat things for people. And that's just it. I mean, I go straight down, and I have a day set aside just for this. I have a follow-up day. I have a day just where I'm talking about, and I send out all these messages, and it might take a day or 2 days or 3 days or a week for them to message me back, but they will eventually see that message, or they will eventually have a life-changing moment, whether it's divorce or court with their kids or losing their job, and they might just see that message, and they're going to message you back. So it might not happen right away, but just know that you will be rewarded for your time, and it's going to pay off.
And I think people think that sometimes we don't know, all of a sudden we can have a really good day, like the stars are aligned and people want to order that day. For me, my follow-up day is usually Thursdays, and the reason why is people get paid on Fridays. So, if you're a scheduled person, make sure you have your day that works for you. If it's Thursdays and you start getting in that pattern of following up, as a weekly follow-up, that's great. Then do that, and then say, I can always get your order put in tomorrow with your name, your address, your email. You probably got their phone number and their name. Right. And then I'll get your order ready, and then we can process it tomorrow with your card number. So, for me, I know Thursdays is the day. So I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but I will message people and let them know, hey, I don't want to drive you crazy. I know life is probably busy, but I'm placing orders tomorrow. So if you wanted to go ahead and get started, I can get your package ready. And I just need your address, your email, because I've got their phone number because I'm texting them, and probably their name. And then I just need your card number with expiration to process it, and we can process that order tomorrow and get it shipped out. Don't be afraid to ask that. That's the things that I do, is I ask the question. So you could even start off by, I can get your order ready to place tomorrow. I know most people get paid on Friday, so if it's a payday issue, what day do you get paid on? And write that in your notes. She gets paid on maybe the 15th, and it's the 7th. So I write it down, okay, text on the 15th or the 14th because she gets paid. Meantime, you can go ahead and get all their information and then text them and go, I've got your order ready, and just need your card number to process your order because it's the 15th now. That people, will say, you're going to give me an excuse of, well, people don't like to give me their card information. That's your deal. You cannot be afraid to ask for a credit card number, because I'm pretty sure Brandy and Erica are not afraid to get the credit card number.
Right.
So many things are done online. It's safe. It's not like it's going to go anywhere. So really get used to that. And following up, that's my key. So you heard Brandy, she's not a very good follow-up person. Like, that floors me. So every single person is different. So I love to throw in a few different people that are, have different ideas. But, Erica, I remember meeting you at a training that we did in Texas a few years ago, and you actually went out blitzing. I think it was with Jamie Johnson. And you had like a clipboard or something. So since we wanted to know a little bit about blitzing, what was it that you did? Because I want people to hear what you did when you went blitzing, because I was like, that is the most amazing blitzing tip I've ever heard. So tell us, do you remember what I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay. And for those of you that are new and are like, what's blitzing? I don't even know. So all it is handing out a coupon. And you can get your coupons, your marketing materials at myitworkstore.com. It's a great place to go and get these coupons. So tell everybody what it is that you did that day, because it was awesome.
Okay, so there's several ways you can run with this, but the main reason I do this is because I hate blitzing. Plain and simple. I will not sugarcoat that for you. It is not something I like to do. So I figured out a way that I could be more comfortable doing it.
So,
And
so you're telling me you're scared? You were scared of blitzing? Is that right?
No, I'm not really scared. I guess because I do more at home. No, definitely if I go out of the house, I'll do it. I just don't
Okay.
make these pre-planned trips to go do it.
Okay.
I guess is what I should say. But when I do go out, I keep these little slips, and I actually even keep them in my purse now. So I went to Office Depot, and they made copies and printed them off and put them in a little tear pad for me. So they're all in a little bitty pad now, so I can just keep it in my purse. But basically, I would just go into, and you can do this anywhere, the dollar store, Walmart, a shopping mall, but anywhere you go, regardless, it fits into your life. So you don't have to plan special trips to go out and do this. Just from me leaving my house and going to Walmart, which is 15 miles down the road from my house, I can come home with probably 10 to 15 leads this way in a 30-minute trip. So all the form says is name, address, phone number, email. And at the bottom it says, are you interested in hosting a wrap party? Do you know anyone interested in wanting to tone, tighten, and firm? And are you interested in making more money? And it also tells you at the bottom that you will not be eligible to go into the free drawing if you do not check those 3 boxes off. So basically you just walk up to someone and you say, hi, can I give you a coupon? So I'm walking into the dollar store right now, and I walk up to the cashier and I say, hi, can I give you some coupons for your employees? And they're always going to say yes. And then I just say, okay, great. How many people work here? And they'll tell you 5. So I'll count out 5 Blitz cards and hand to the cashier. And then I'll just say, would you mind handing those out to your employees for me? There's some really awesome coupons. No problem. I'll hand them my pad, and I'll say, I also do a weekly drawing every Friday for a free wrap, or whatever day you want. Just put your information down, and I'll add you to the drawing. And they always fill it out. I don't ask people if they want to go in the drawing. I tell them to put their information down so they can go into my drawing. And it really makes a difference when you word it like that. If you ask people if they want to go in it, they will tell you no.
So tell us again, what is it that you say to them?
I just walk in. I'm sorry?
So when you're handing them the coupons, and you say, put down your information and I'm entering you into the free wrap drawing?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We do a weekly drawing every Friday, so put down your information and I will enter you into my drawing.
Perfect. So you are not asking the question. So I just love that way. I think that you're right. You're not giving them the option. You're already assuming they're going to do it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And they do. They'll fill it out. So you don't have, especially you new guys starting out, don't think you have to do a drawing every Friday if you can't afford it. You can do every 2 weeks. You can do once a month, whatever you want. Just whatever you decide to do, decide that before you go out when you tell them. So basically, I just got her information, and I didn't even try to. She's going to give her employees my coupons, hopefully. But regardless, I have her information, so I can now follow up with her every single week. I can put her in my book when I get home or in my phone under the potential category, and I can follow up with her anytime there's a BOGO sale going on, or I also on the back of that slip when I leave, I would just write down dollar store in an example so I could know where I met them. So when I call her back, I could say, hey, Stephanie, it's Erica. I met you at the dollar store last week, and I'm that crazy girl that gave you that coupon for $25 for a wrap. We did our drawing, and you were not selected, or we did our drawing, and you won. If they were not your winners, you can still flip that. You can say, hey, Stephanie, it's Erica. We got around to doing our drawing, and you were not the winner. However, I can still come and wrap you for $20. Like you can make it 20 if you want. I can still wrap you for 25, and I will extend the offer to 2 or 3 of your closest friends if they'll be there when I'm there. Even though they don't have that coupon. You have to really make people think that the coupon that they have in their hands is really, really powerful, because it is.
Mhm.
So what they do in return is they get all excited because you're excited. So they hang up and they call their mom or their friends and they say, hey, I registered for this free drawing and I didn't win, but she said she'll still wrap me for $25 on the coupon and she's going to let two of my friends do it too, if you can be here when she wraps me Tuesday at 4 o'clock. I really want y'all to be here. I don't want to do it myself. Can y'all come? And when you show up, chances are you already have a party there when you didn't even know it.
And I don't know if this is what you do, but this is another key point for follow-up. So it goes to your hundreds list. So make sure you have your hundreds list because now Erica just went blitzing for doing her errands to Walmart, her grocery shopping, and she got 10 to 15 names. And the other part that she can do is, yes, she can follow up and text and call, but she can probably also search their name on Facebook. So now you can message them on Facebook and let them know that you saw them at the dollar store and, you were awesome. It was so nice meeting you. Here's my personal page too. I'm not really that crazy, but here, let's connect. So now all of a sudden they're starting to see what you do on Facebook again. So you can't tell me that you don't know how to get leads. This is exactly what I did building my business. Is I got out in front of people. That's such a key. So even if it's a small town, you're going to run into people that you don't see every single time. Go to the grocery store different times of the day. Go at night. There's night employees. I remember hearing people going to, I don't know what you guys call them, but we have a Meijer, and it's open 24 hours. And they would go get their groceries maybe 11, 12 o'clock at night and hand the coupons to the cashiers because I bet you they don't want to be there working there for the rest of their life at a night shift. And they might start asking you questions. So make sure you're doing that as well. Any interaction that you can get with everybody, the more that they see your Facebook, the more activity you're going to get. And, I'm going to say this a lot. Mine is the lifestyle. People are just like, what do you do? I love to travel. I've always loved to travel. So I can take my business anywhere. If you'd like to be at home with your kids, do that. Like, you're going to connect with someone out there. But I appreciate all of your tips, Erica. Was there anything else that you had, or are you good, you think? That's pretty good info. I love your info.
No, really just the blitzing. Even if you're like me, it's not something you choose. Just wear your T-shirt, guys. You don't have to spend $1 million starting out. Wear your shirt. Wear crazy stuff. If you're one of them crazy people and don't mind people staring at you, wear crazy stuff. People will stop you. They will stop you and say, for me, example, I am crazy, but I have green shoes. I wear the shirt. I have the purse. I have the watch. I have a lime green and black tattoo on my arm. People stop me everywhere I go, even if I don't want them to. Like, even if it's one of those days where I don't want people to, I just don't want to talk to people right then. They will still stop me and ask me why I'm wearing so much green or why, and that's where that little pad comes in. Well, have them fill it out or give them a card. I'll tell people my company pays me really, really good to wear these crazy colors. I don't mind being crazy. And they'll say, well, what do you do?
I love that statement because I went into a salon and somebody said, I don't know if I could wear that at work scarf. You're always wearing that. And I said, you know what? I get paid a lot of money to wear this. I will wear this for the rest of my life. I can't go anywhere and imagine getting paid what I get paid. And so for those of you that don't even know who I am, we are going for Black Diamond, which is over $100,000 a month. So I would say that we get paid very well to wear your It Works branding. And that's another form of blitzing, and you don't even realize it when you're wearing your stuff so people can ask it. Be a walking billboard. I eat, breathe, live It Works because it gets into your blood and you can't help but talk about it, and it just becomes so natural that it comes out of your mouth. So speaking of crazy, so thank you, Erica, for being on the call with me. I appreciate it so much. Such a good, refreshing to hear different people give their tips and ideas. So another crazy one that we have is Presidential Diamond Sarah. I think, so she is always in green and blinged out. Like, you would not you know, when you saw her, you would automatically want to go up to her and go, what the heck? You are so cute. What do you do? She's got a smile on her face all the time. Like, this girl is just a magnet to people. Like, people are just going to come to her. So, Sarah, are you on?
I am.
Okay. I was like, she's awfully quiet. She's here. So, tell everybody where you're from, how long you've been in the business, and your link.
I'm from Sterling Heights, Michigan, and I have been with It Works for about 3.5 years. I'm, like Stephanie said, a presidential diamond. Yes, and I'm from the opposite side of the state of Stephanie, and no, our state is not saturated.
I was just going to say, is our state saturated? Because we always hear this question, you know, is it saturated in my market? And I think, oh my gosh, when you think of Michigan, so the top 3, 1, 2, and 3 income earners are actually all within 20 minutes of each other, and we can actually go out blitzing, and people have never heard of it. I was actually just at Bed Bath & Beyond, and doing a little care packages to send out to a few people, and I thought, she goes, what do you do? And I thought, perfect opportunity, because I'm buying 30 of something, and most people don't do that. And I said, well, here's a coupon. You have to pull it out. And I'm a rep with It Works. Have you heard of the wrap? And she said no. Right in my town. Like literally 2 minutes down the street. And I thought, you've never heard of it? The wrap? The skinny wrap? Like I'm giving her all names and she's never heard of it. So it's not saturated. But it gives us a great opportunity because Sarah was a little scared at first to get out and talk about it. She wanted to know everything about everything, thinking everybody else was that way. But once she kind of got out of her comfort zone a little bit, blitzing became part of her life. So, Sarah, what is it that you do? Because when I think of somebody blitzing, there's a few people that come to mind, and I think of you. So, what are some tips that you have for us? Well, I try to keep it very simple, which in the beginning, like you said, that I was so concerned with they're going to need to know everything because that's how they're going to know this is what they need, want, or will want to do. So I was vomiting information on people, and I realized, okay, I'm making it too difficult. So it's about keeping it simple. And for me, you know what? My mind is all over the place. I cannot focus on one thing for longer than 2 minutes for nothing. So if I'm in the store with my 2 kids and trying to grocery shop and actually bring real food home for us to eat that week, and blitz, oh Lord, something's going to fall apart. So for me, I find it easier, and this is good for people who are a little bit shy or have a hard time approaching people. Bring something to your attention, to their attention that you have. Whether my nails are green, I'm carrying a green purse, I have green earrings on or green flip-flops on, or an It Works shirt or a green scarf, whatever it is. Believe it or not, green, the bright green, the lime green, is not a very common color. You don't see it everywhere. We think we see it everywhere because we bleed green. Not everybody bleeds green yet. So there is not a single time that I am in public that someone does not say to me, I love your green purse. Oh my gosh, I love your green nails. Those are the cutest green earrings. And my answer always is, thank you. It's the signature color of my business. Really? What do you do? They're asking me. It's my job to answer them. It's my obligation to show them. So that's when your coupon comes out. Say, well, better yet, I even have a coupon for you. This is what I do. Titans, tones, firms. You know, when you go into what you do or what you have to offer. When they can approach you, it is, there's no defense there. There's not the worry of, oh gosh, what's this lady going to say to me? They're asking me. So you have to tell them what it is that you do, or why it is you're carrying it green, or why it's your favorite color, or, you know, why are you always buying the green envelopes in my Target store? I swear the Target, I know every cashier, and they're all my customers, so it's okay. But, I go through everything, but regardless if we are more homebodies or you're out and about all the time, we all have certain things we have to do. If you have children that you don't homeschool, or even if you do, you got to take them to their appointments, to school, to activities. You have to grocery shop. You have to go get gas.
in your car. You have to go buy clothes at the store, any of these things. So I never, ever do I sit down and say, okay, I'm going to go out Thursday for 4 hours and hit 18 shopping malls and blitz everybody. I just simply include it in what I do every day. So if today is my daughter's softball game, like last night, you better believe I have an at work shirt on and a green scarf or my green blanket. It was cold last night. And I'm sitting there and they know, they're already looking. Well, why is she in green? Our colors are orange. Why would she wear green? You know, and they're looking. I see them looking. Pay attention. You'll see them looking. Get closer. When they look, get closer. They're going to ask you eventually. So incorporate it into what you already do. You don't have to go above and beyond. I, like Erica and Brandy both said, you give out your coupons. It's a coupon. Everybody loves a coupon. They don't have to know what it's for yet, but they want the coupon. Take it off of yourself. For those who are a little bit shy or afraid to approach people, listen, I'm married to the most shy person in the world. My husband, you know, he won't talk unless somebody speaks to him. So I have to put him in because he's not going to hand them out himself. I got to make somebody come up and ask him. So when you take it off yourself and you say, well, God, I'm going to get this coupon out, and they're going to say, what, you think I'm fat? No, they're not. That's your issue, not theirs. Don't put that in your mind because that's not what they're thinking. They're not thinking, oh, you think I need a coupon? No, they're not. They're thinking, oh, what is she giving me? They're excited. Don't take that away from yourself. Don't steal your own joy by your nervousness. Who cares if they don't want it? Who cares if they think you do think they're fat? Then they need our products. It's okay. If you find someone who's really thin, do not prejudge and think, oh, I'm not going to approach them. They don't need it. They're too thin. They'll just be offended. No, they won't. You don't know what's under the clothes. You don't know what greens may do for them. It's your job, it's your obligation to share that with everybody. So if you think about the person that you're approaching and not yourself, blitzing becomes a lot easier. I walked in behind a woman just the other day. She was probably in her late 50s, early 60s, and I noticed she had really, really thinning hair. Like I could see her scalp on almost all of her head. And I thought, wow, I bet she could really use hair, skin, and nails. Wow. How do I tell her that? And then I thought, how do I not? I could change this woman's, the way she feels about herself just by simply letting her know there's a product that could help her. And if you're interested, here's the information. Go ahead and check it out. So I look at it as I'm sharing something with everybody that can benefit them, not me, them. How is it going to benefit them? If you see the mama in the store with 8 little crying babies dragging behind her, and she's counting out her pennies to pay for her couple of things that she's got on the belt at the grocery store, you're looking at her thinking, I bet she could use a couple extra dollars. It's my God-given right and my God-given obligation to show her how to get those couple extra dollars. It's not about me. It's about her. So that's the number one way to take the stress off yourself. And if you get the person that laughs at you and throws the coupon back at you or says, no, why would I want that? And really, you're not going to get that. Who cares? Who cares? You're never going to see them again. It's not going to hurt you. I promise you won't die. I promise if they say no, you will not fall over dead. You may have sweaty armpits. It's so okay. You will not fall over dead. Move on to the next one. Like Brandy mentioned, no, this means not right now.
And it gets you closer to the one person that's going to say yes. So,
absolutely.
Again, it's how quickly do you want to make money in this business? So, for me, I was scared to live in death. But I was like, I am so mad that I didn't know about this product years before it was introduced to me. So that's what motivated me. I thought, there's got to be other people just like me that are angry that I didn't hear about this earlier. Like, I could have been making money years ago. So I thought, I got to go share this. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We didn't even have coupons back in my day. That's how old I've been in this. So I had to go in and kind of cold call and just let people know, hey, I'm a rep for It Works. Have you guys heard of this crazy rap? And, I think I wanted to make that $1,000 in a month as quickly as I could. So, when it comes to blitzing, when it comes to recruiting distributors, it's how quickly do you want to get there? If you want to take your time that's okay too. I'll honor you with that. But I think if you're going to go for it, put both feet in the water and just go for it and jump in. Because it becomes, the more that you practice, the easier that it becomes. And those no's really are like, well, I'm so glad you said no. I can move on to the next person. Like, I'd rather have a no than a maybe. Because now I've got to follow up with people. The other thing, I think, with blitzing, I know I wanted to cut this call a little bit shorter, but, there's a lot of good info, is the energy drink. I know nobody even mentioned that. And I wanted to share this. So, Sarah mentioned she's in her It Works shirt or in her green. So there, take some, I hope you guys took some notes. So go into myitworkstore.com, get yourself a shirt. You can get a shirt for $20. Get your Blitz cards, your coupon cards. Have some wraps with you because you will sell these on the spot. If you're handing out coupons and getting people to enter, people will ask you, well, can I buy one right now? So be prepared. Never underestimate that. I'm always assuming that they're going to sign right there. And you can even get customers and distributors to sign up on the spot. So, be prepared to have that. And then the other thing that I love is Joel was so excited. I was trying to see if he was on the call, but he's not. The energy drink. At first I was like, an energy drink.
I'm here.
Okay, so thank you. So first I was like, I'm not a fan of the energy drinks, but everybody drinks something. For me it's mostly water, but, there's times when I'm extra tired or maybe I want a Coke or something every once in a while. So you see people walking around with Starbucks. You see them with energy drinks because they're tired because they're probably working, crazy hours at a job. But I don't give my husband enough credit, and he is amazing at blitzing and being a product to product and always working this business. And we have some workers right now that are working on our pool, and Joel being thoughtful, of course she's going to go offer them energy drinks. And Joel, can you tell them, by you just going and offering energy drinks, what happened from you doing that?
Well, I've done calls on energy drink before, and it's as simple as handing out an energy drink, and then people look at it and go, what is this? I mean, it truly is that easy. Or walking up to somebody that you know that's drinking another energy drink and asking them, are you getting paid to drink this? Because I get paid to drink mine. So the guys were out, obviously doing their work, and I obviously come out and hand out a couple drinks, and the one guy goes, oh, this is the It Works drink, isn't it? Yeah. You guys do the wrap? Yep. Awesome. My girlfriend was looking at these, and she didn't even know where to start. You got any good tips? I was like, yeah. Give me your information, and we'll get you signed up on our team. You're working on the number 2 money earner's yard. Really? That's awesome. And it just goes from there. So now one guy's excited, and I've been handing them out, every couple days. And I looked out today, and the one guy was looking at it, and he was sitting down looking at the can, talking to the other guys. So now I know it's just a matter of time before the next guy asks me.
And you guys, it's that simple. Joel got his information for me to call his wife, and she signed up as a distributor the very next day, just by him being thoughtful and getting it out there. So, you can lead with the wrap, have that drink with you, so that's another form of, just one more touching somebody with, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had energy drink. So what energy drink is that? It creates that buzz of people asking. So he did that, and, you all have people delivering your mail. So maybe if you're home on a Saturday and you text the mail person, go write them a note and say, hey, thank you for what you do. It really is being that thoughtful, that simple.
Which I just did with our FedEx driver yesterday.
And I know, and that's what made me think of that. So I think, if you want your husbands to be more involved, maybe doing that. Maybe they're embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my wife does this friggin' rap or crazy rap thing, and it's just crazy, and I don't want any part of it, but he's excited about the drink. That's another form, and you can say, my wife does that wrap thing. All these ladies like it, but I'm more excited because I actually have an energy drink I can drink here at work. So again, use all that to your advantage. We have multiple ways to do this. And again, it comes down to how quickly do you want to make the money? Don't be afraid. It's okay. We've all started in the exact same spot. I'm still scared to death. But it's like Sarah said, it's my God-given right to give somebody that. I should not be taking that away from it. It's their choice. Everybody has a choice, and we have the ability to be that person that could change their life forever, because we don't know what they're going through. We don't know, maybe for the health reasons they need this product, or maybe financially. So, with the tips as far as, handing that out, you can blitz with your can, blitz like Sarah said, keep it truly that simple, but be prepared. So I think we went over a little bit over an hour, guys. Sarah, did you have any other last-minute tips that you could think of that you were like, I gotta say this?
No, just validate, like you said. If your mouth ain't open, your business ain't open. Don't be afraid to say it. Don't be afraid of it. Be proud of what you do.
And that's just it, you guys. We're so proud of you out there. Just open your mouth. Get used to posting on Facebook. Get your follow-through, and get your products to try so that people can start seeing what you're taking. Joel, did you have any last-minute, kind of took away from you, but any last-minute things that you wanted to say on blitzing?
Nope. Just get out and do it. I just got a new shirt that basically says that. It says, stop your whining, start doing.
And that's it. I've never once, and Brandy says this, so leaders, you're not going to see complaining. I'm going to try things. If it doesn't work, I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to try something else. So you've got to get out there and see what works for you, because what I do may not work for you. You've got to fit what works for you, so don't be afraid to go out and do that. And here's one last thing, and this doesn't really come with the blitzing, but recruiting DTs is, have your number. How many do you want to set? Write that number down and have action. Don't just think that you're going to hear that a lot from me. Don't just think about it or go, I'll call them tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. You got to do now and take those steps to actually follow through. Go out and blitz and get that Ruby bonus and teach your teams to do the same thing. And I promise you, you will continue to grow and grow just doing those simple steps over and over. So thanks, guys, for listening to this call. Super excited that I had Brandy and Erica and Sarah on. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for taking time out of your family. I know how busy you are. So thanks, everyone. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for having us.